Okay, in our next video now we're going to look at playing notes, actually fretting them on the guitar neck. We'll look at the bass neck as well. Again, this applies to both instruments. So because I'm doing a series basically on both instruments, we'll cover the things that are the same first, and then we'll separate them, which will probably actually be the next video. Okay, so frets. Little metal bars along here. Cool. So when we talk about playing a fret position, say I say 3rd fret, I'm talking about playing in that gap. Okay. So a little bit of a technical note. Where the note is positioned along that string is actually where the fret is. Okay. So it's not in the gap where my finger goes. It's actually where the fret is. So the fret is actually positioning that note for us. If you had a fretless instrument like a violin, a cello, a double bass, or a fretless guitar or a fretless bass, you need to position your finger in the right position to make the correct note. Okay, frets help us out big time by positioning the note for us. We can see exactly where it is, and it does a lot of the work. Okay, so the reason that's important is because of the way we play them. Because we're relying on that fret to position the note, we need to make sure that our finger is behind the fret. Okay, if I come in front of the fret, I can start actually changing the tone up into that next note. Okay, so we're always behind the fret, and we're always directly behind the fret. Okay, so the further back I come, find one that's going to do it. I'll find one on the bass anyway. But same thing. I can start changing that tone, but also what I can get is a rattle where that, because that string's got extra room to move, it can actually rattle against the fret. Okay, so we're always, whatever we're doing, we're trying to get as close to the fret as we can. When we come to playing chords, and we have 2 fingers like that, just because of space I can't get that one right against the fret, but I'm going to have it as far forward as I can. Cool. And same thing on the bass. So I'll just switch over. So again, the frets on the bass are much wider, but the same rules apply. I can probably get this one to rattle. So you hear that rattle there? That's actually the string vibrating against the fret. So same thing, I want to be right behind that fret. Part of the finger I want to use, can you see that line in my finger there where the string's been? Is basically right on the end, so you don't want to be getting up to like where the nail is, but just on that flat piece right on the end of your finger, the nice strong point. Okay, and that's the same rule. If I just see if I can mark a couple more fingers. Should have done this with a guitar with sharper strings, but see the marks on the ends of my fingers there? Cool, so I want to be using those strong bits of my fingers all the time. Cool, so if I'm playing that note, playing this note here, I don't want to be using my finger like this. Okay, just using that strong bit there. Cool, same thing for guitar. So that's nice and easy. Now what's happening at the other end with this hand, you've probably set a default. That's where we're going to look at a couple of techniques in the next video, which is where we will separate guitar from bass, because this end is going to be different.